Hey, it's Randytbird out here in Arizona on a cloudy morning. We got a storm system coming through. It's going to be 50% chance of rain overnight, but during the day it's supposed to just be these high clouds. It's looking like the winter cloud patterns are starting to set in. You never know. Got an event Saturday, hope it doesn't rain. Bands are playing. Definitely want to do that. So anyway, just out for a ride on a Wednesday. I don't start my new job till after Thanksgiving, and so I got a couple more weeks of living the leisure life, living on a tight budget a little bit, but that's all right. Get out and ride the bike and you know, just enjoy the morning, enjoying the cooler fall air out here in November, Arizona. It's November 15th. Yeah, November 15th, halfway through November. Literally getting really close to Christmas. It's wild to think that this year has gone by so fast. I was riding out here on the Dyna. I rode the Dyna a lot this weekend, and I did ride the Heritage on Saturday or Sunday, but Friday or Saturday I rode the Dyna, and I rode at night, which is something I don't normally do, which is kind of difficult for me because my eyes don't do well at night. My glare recovery is poor, and so I took it kind of easy on the way home. I had bought an LED headlight, an LED running light / turn signals for the front, and that gave me a nice good light pattern, but that's really not the problem. It is the oncoming headlight glare, and it just seems that these days with everybody with LEDs or guys that jack up their trucks and then don't readjust the headlights, so you're constantly being blinded. And then there's just the occasional jackass that's got to run their high beams on because they can't see, so they feel it's all right to blind everybody else. So about that, you know, I do enjoy riding at night. It's just that not being able to see kind of puts a damper on that. So, but anyway, riding the Dyna today, and I was thinking about, you know, what a great motorcycle the Dyna is, and why did Harley Davidson stop making them? I don't know, maybe it was going to cost too much. I'm sure it was a financial decision after they closed down the V-Rod production, and in 2017, 2018, everybody knew the Sportster's days were numbered, and they made it through 2022, but the Kansas City plant was shut down, which is where they made the Dynas and the V-Rods. Well, I personally think it was probably too expensive to re-engineer the chassis for the twin cam, so they went, or from the twin cam to the M8, so they went on to the Softail platform, which is not as much as a Softail as a bike with a cantilevered swing arm. Well, some of the things on the Dyna, the stock, as if with a lot of bikes, is that some of the stock things are not that good. The rear suspension on Harleys, the twin shock Harleys, has been pretty lousy for years. Well, you can fix that with a good quality pair of shocks. I put Olin 612s on mine, and it was a day and night difference. Eventually I want to upgrade the front suspension to Olin's drop-in cartridge fork inserts, or whatever they call them. They're cartridge inserts, and I'm told that those are amazing, and I'm just going to wait till the money situation sorts out a little bit before I do anything like that. But right now the front end seems to work just fine. It's not high performance by any means, but just the different shocks made a huge difference. The stock exhaust systems, well, they're all mandated by the EPA, so not a whole lot you can do about that except change it yourself. I know in your California's getting pretty shitty with their laws and everything, and the smog regulations, so you have to run a catalyst all the time. Over here in Arizona, so far, you don't have to do that. And, yeah, I hope not. I hope they don't change that. I fail to see how a motorcycle creates that kind of pollution that, say, diesel trucks do, and large cars and SUVs. So, you know, anyway, I'm sure that was part of the decision. And that, and again, closing down the Kansas City plant meant that they'd have to manufacture them somewhere else. So I'm sure it was purely a financial decision, and they rationalized their product line by creating basically 3 or 4 chassis as opposed to 5 or 6. Still, there's nothing that quite feels like a Dyna. If you like older style bikes, they're great. The Street Bob fits me so well. It's like the bike was made for me. You know, after you change the seat and do a few other things. I mean, I put a little Memphis Shades Road Warrior fairing on it, which creates a nice windbreak so that you can ride them at decent speeds without being pulled off the bike, and that's a good thing. But the sound and the feel of the Dyna platform and arguably the twin cam 103, it's a great motor. They have a lot of potential. They can make horsepower. They can be reliable. A buddy of mine just turned 104,000 on his 2013 Bagger, and yeah, he put cams in it, and that was about it. Freshened up the top end, and he's looking to get. This guy rides a lot of miles anyway, so he had an Evo that had 260,000 miles on it or something like that. You know, he still owns every bike that he's ever had. It's still in his garage, including his old shovel head. It hasn't run for a while, but he's got it if he ever wants to get it running. And the Dyna runs, he just hasn't been riding it. So, but anyway, just the old style feel that the Street Bob has is just a classic style. The twin shock, the old style styling of the frame, the way the twin shocks look on the frame and the swing arm, and just the way the rake is not true dramatic, but it is good enough kicked out. They're stable at speed. You know, you hear the stories of the Dyna wobble. Well, I've never had a Dyna wobble. I take that back. I had an Evo Dyna that used to weave, but I wouldn't call it a wobble. But and I imagine if you ride them super hard and you're really hammering on them, and I know California freeways have got the rain grooves and lots of damage from the frequent earthquakes and the storms and stuff they had, so maybe that's part of it. But you know, I've done over a ton on Dynas, and I never had a wobble. So maybe again I'm not pushing them hard enough, but I just think it's a really incredible, comfortable bike, and the styling is classic. And you know, the new Softails, you know, I've had them. I do have them. You know, I had a 2021 Street Bob, and it was a fine motorcycle. It just didn't quite have the feel that the Dyna does. And so when I had a chance to pick up another one that was low mileage, and this one here is a 17, and they put new tires on it because the tires were dry rotted. It only had 1,500 miles on it when I got it, so, and I've had it for about 8 months now, and I really enjoy riding this bike. I just think that I had wished, along with a lot of the Dyna faithful back in the day, and when they redesigned it, that they would have redesigned a frame that was reminiscent of the FXR frame, which would have been, in my opinion, best of all worlds. But they didn't do that, so it was very disappointing when the Softail came out, and I was pretty upset along with a lot of folks. But having ridden them and having owned them, they're good bikes. They just they don't have the feel that the Dyna platform had. And you know, some people may disagree, and the Softail platform is technologically superior. The M8 motor is a tremendous motor. but there's a lot to be said for feel and heritage as well. So that's what I feel. And you know, I just again, I really like this Dyna, and I like the feel, and it makes me feel good to ride it, and I think that's what it's all about. You know, so if it's not as smooth or not as modern as the M8, well, that's okay with me. Wonder how you guys are feeling about that. Are you guys are still riding? Any of you that are still riding Dynas, or you've changed from Dynas? Let me know how you feel. You know, I'm more than happy to answer your comments and to hear your thoughts. So again, this is Randytbird. I'm going to stop for gas here, and I'll be out there some more today. But this is Randytbird. Don't forget to subscribe, like my videos, share, comment. Subscribing costs you nothing, so check it out, and we'll talk to you later.